Dr. T here, and it's time for another upgrade that's going to really bring millions of dollars of value to our life. Being able to add that to our bank account, being able to just feel a multi-million-dollar life. So let's dive in. Let's tune on in. Let's do this upgrade together because the focus today is about choosing the character that you want to be in your own story. And that is a programming replacement for being some other random character in someone else's story that they're making you into, right? Because everybody's in their reality. You're, to this, to that person, to another person, you might be this person, to you, you're that person, to another person, you're this person. No wonder, right? We're trying to make our reality happen and live our potential and our purpose. But ultimately, depending on how many people in our lives we're like the character in all these people's stories. And that's super powerful because they're making a reality with us as this character, whatever that may be. Sometimes it's awesome, right? But sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like somebody's like, you are the greatest friend ever. And now you got that adding on to what you're doing as the character in your story. But sometimes people have you in some very weird, effed up character that you did not sign up to play. You did not do the audition. You did not agree. You are not, maybe depending on the situation, you're not getting paid to do it. Maybe you are. But you're a character in someone else's story. And I can tell you this, the more unconscious the people are in your lives, you could be any random character in their story. And if they're reality makers too. So they're making reality happen and it's intersecting with you and your reality. And here you are trying to be the main character in your story. And let's decide which character are you? Because you may not know, you may not have decided, you may not have chosen your most intentional identity. But what we're doing in this upgrade is we are choosing the character in our own story. And as part of this upgrade, we're deciding that that's the character and that's the way that that character's life goes, however we are deciding with our intentions. But the good news is when we pick the character, we also pick the reality. So connecting into all the versions of somebody that somebody else might have you as being, right? They might have you as the annoying sister, right? They might have you as the irritating brother. They might have you as the little brother. They might have you as the older sister, the mean older sister. They might have you as the friend who never has time for them or something like that. You could be again, say I'm just gonna be concerned. Say you have 30 people in your life. You could be 30 different friggin' characters and everyone's making that reality happen because we're all reality makers. And then you're like, why am I doing this thing? But it's turning out this way. It's because with all these interconnections that are sending reality back and forth to each other and the power of people's capacity to make a reality happen, all they have to be doing is thinking of you as a certain way and that reality is on. So you could be, this is one that I had to overcome, which was big for me because I was born to teenage parents and it was a very, very big stress for them. Right. And so just paying for me, just keeping, me alive, just having to deal with me, even though it's awesome. As a kid, as a baby. Um, I had to realize at a certain point that even if it wasn't true anymore in some modern version of reality, that that's the character I had been. I had been the oh boy, oh no, we're 16. What are we we're 15. And we're 16 by the time they were having me. So I had to understand that I was this character in people's story. And even though I was doing so much in life that has always been so beneficial, that's the character I was. And that character was intersecting with the character that I chose, right? And that character is a reality maker, a mogul maker. a doctor, but a mogul, meaning someone that's a steward of their reality, somebody that can do a variety of things that benefit industry and society. And that's the identity that was much more true for me. It also had the champion identity in there because of being so athletic, and had a little bit of the nerd in there for being intelligent and nerding out on science. Um, but there are other people who are in their world. They're in your life, that they're in their world, and there might be a certain level of conscious. They might be unconscious to a certain degree and may not even know that they've got you as that particular character in their story, especially because we have to think about it. We have this going on as well, by the way. So you have to connect to our own version of that. But it may not be conscious to someone because they're thinking of you in all these good ways, but they might also have underlying programming that has you as some former version of yourself. And then because people are so programmed for the same thing over and over, you might be a friend to someone, but really the way they're treating you is like they're in a relationship with their mother that they can't work something out with. So they're like making you into that person. And we've all been there where we've been in situations where just like, what beeping reality are you in that you think this is what is going on? But the person is completely convicted. No, you did this, you did that. It's unbelievable the amount of deep reality people go into and have you as a character in their story and do not know it. So we can be frustrated with this, or we can just understand most people don't get it unless they're constantly studying transformation psychology, awareness, conscious awareness, and up leveling their frequency, and getting into the lightest consciousness so that everybody can live peacefully in this world. They may not know it. So we got to understand who in our life, what character do they have us as, so that we can understand what character role we're playing to other people, and then decide the character we want to play so that we put that at the top of the hierarchy, top of the line, front and center. And the more we are that character in everything, that identity, that character, which is, again, it's chosen, but it's also, the idea is for it to come through to you intuitively, not just make it up thinking you got to be like other people, but it's something that is felt deeply. Right. So I'm just thinking one of mine is about being philanthropic, being an international citizen who changes things in different parts of the world. Oh boy, this thing isn't it. Okay, so it is beneficial to understand relative to the character we believe we are and that we want to play and that we want to embody and transform into, what other characters. All right, TJ wants to get involved in this one. This is TJ, by the way. He's my transformational mascot. Let's put his little leash on thing, or his collar on. Right, TJ? So depending on what character you are, TJ's never been in a video before, I don't think. You see, you're helping? Okay. He got his way. Look at, you know what character I am in his story? I'm his bitch. He's supposed to be my sweet little dog, which he is, but he's got me as a character in the story. He just literally gave us an example. He's like, hey, pick me up, biatch. Anyway, all right, let's finish this up for TJ. So depending on what character people have us as, we can then end up getting whipped around in reality if we don't have the anchor, the foundation of the character we are here to be, and the one that is really the truest to us. Hi, baby. Okay, so let's figure that out. Let's first and foremost understand what character does other people have us in, and this can be, this can be obvious where we go, well, I'm the daughter, I'm the niece, I'm the cousin, I'm the sister, whatever it is, I'm the coworker. But it can go deeper than that, right? Somebody can have you as the heroic sister or the savior brother or the could be anything, the scary father or whatever it is. One of the worst ones we want to keep track of is when people have us as a villain in their story. That's a tough one that can really counter what you're trying to embody as a person. We all have been there. It's no bueno. So we want to connect you, but who is the character that I am? The champion, the mogul, the CEO, right? The family leader, the steward, the dynasty maker, the deal maker, whatever that is, the actress, the Academy Award winner, the empire builder, the best-selling author, whatever that is, we've got to absolutely embody it. We got to put it at the top of the hierarchy, and we've got to commit to that role, and that our reality field for us, because it's different for other people, that's for them. This is the role, this is the reality. And so it stays like sealed in that. Otherwise, we're going in and out of our character and over here into another character or something. And this is why people are just hustling their whole life and not fully getting to ever embody the actual being that they really are. Okay, so we want to understand that. Who do people have us playing in their life? What role? And if something feels beneficial and that works, fine. You're like, hey, that's completely congruent. But if it's not, you can also be chatting with people. Hopefully there are people in your life that are so awesome that you can say, I know to you, I'm the super sister, and I really want you to help me embody the full, awesome money mogul. I want you to help me embody the best-selling author. I want you to help me embody the champion gold medal winner. And whatever that is, you're requesting that support as well, having that be clear first and foremost to you, and then you can add that in with other people. And depending on the situation, if you feel like you're in a different role with other people, you can actually request that support. So I'm thinking of somebody right now that is constantly in this little brother role, which is completely limited his life because he's a genius. He's super brilliant. He could actually be saying to his family members, this is the way that I'd like you to think about me. This is where I'm heading to. This is what I'm embodying. This is who I am to me. And I would love your support in helping me play the character that I was born to play. Right? Because rarely is the top character we're born to play, always going to be the little sister, the older cousin, the whatever it is. But there is a character that represents, and there's a character and a trajectory that represents our real, true, purposeful life story that's supposed to happen, as also defined by our human design and what that design is supposed to do. So I'd love for each of you to make some comments in the comment section sharing, this is a character that someone has me as, and this is the character I'm here to play. So we're doing an upgrade. This is what it was. This is what it is. Here's some characters that other people have me as. This is what the one that is that I'm here to play. Now, granted, we can evolve that character any given point of any given day. But the fun is there's typically one that just really embodies the everythingness. And yet we can always shift it, right? In my life, in my trajectory, corporate trainer and team leader and regional manager and different points and daughter and cousin and sister and all these different things. But there's typically a character that really represents who you are. So the words coming to mind right now too is transformer or partner. I love that word. I'm a partner. Another one is an investor. Really love that and embodying that. Always investing in people, always investing in their next level reality. So let's have you connect to that character, who and what it is, what it's about, what it does. That identity starts to create your ideal reality. And when you start to encounter with people and you start to interact and you're collaborating and things that you see, you're engaging, you see they've got you in this particular role. You just want to understand that that's happening at that moment, because you're not here to play the character in their story. We're all here to be the full star character of our own story and collaborate with those versions of each other. So I don't have to be, you're the star, but I'm the little sister, and that's the only way we can collaborate, or vice versa. It's like, you're the superstar, I'm the superstar. We connect with each other to those characters. Now we've got a great superhero. We've got that Hall of Justice, right? The superhero suite of amazing people. But we don't want to connect with each other's lower characters, because even something like a sister, this is genius, brilliant, wonderful stuff. Some of the greatest love stories ever. But it may not be as high as the character that you want to truly embody. So we can't have 18,000 identities. You got to get into the one that's the highest. And it can encompass the rest of everything, because say you're the super strategist. Well, that takes care of being awesomely sisterly, and it takes care of being awesomely great as being a son or an older brother or whatever it is. All right, everyone. We want to completely be in our top reality, our top identity, our top character, and connect with people in theirs as well, because we are likely doing the same thing to them. We've got them in some character in our story playing out some drama, rather than choosing your character. And if you want to choose their character in your story, my absolute request of you, for the benefit of you and other people, is choose them as a highest. Give them a super high level character that is in your story, rather than you're up here and they're down there and that's how you are here. Like, no, we are the superheroes in the super story of success for everybody. Because those are the characters of ourselves we want to engage with. Those are the characters of other people we want to engage with. That's why I also love the word character as well. Your character. All right, everyone. Let's take this upgrade all the way in. Let's choose that character, that identity. I want to see those comments, because that's going to start to create the reality. I'm super proud of you for taking this upgrade in. Let's internalize it. Let's apply it. Let's really benefit from it and get the ROI from it. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next upgrade. All right, moguls. Bye-bye.